2011.
11.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
So y'all are coming up too?
I am. And Mark, the normal guy with the matching shoes and
Okay.
yeah, shoes and shirt. Did you know that you are the favorite to win the Derby?
You know, I haven't heard that, but I like the support. They got some real animals that I'm going up against, but I like that I'm a lefty and progressive, so that should play a huge part. And you know, I'm just gonna go for the long ball and see what happens.
You've mentioned a few times throughout the season so far of selling out. Is that what it's going to take, you think, to win? Is to sell out on it?
Yeah, each and every last swing for sure. You know, it's 4 minutes. I saw Yelich swing yesterday. He looked exhausted afterwards, so I'm just gonna leave it all out there. And you know, like I said, go for that long ball. You know, there's money on the line for that too. So if I can get that, I think that's gonna keep my my swing true and at least put on a show for the fans.
Pretty insane that one night you can literally double your salary.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys. It's young guys, too. Yeah, Acuna got paid, Santana and Yelich, but there are a lot of rookies out there. They're still on, you know, the minimum. So, you know, there's going to be some blood, sweat, and tears out there for sure.
Have you practiced yet to simulate yet?
No. You know, I feel like this series is really important, and I know how the Brewers pitch me. They're not going to give me a lot of opportunities to pull fastballs in, so I figure that's probably the worst thing I should do. You know, focusing on these guys. But the guy throwing is coming up tonight. He's going to throw BP tomorrow, and you know, just get his arm stroke locked in, try to hit 2 or 3, and then just sell out for Monday.
What do you know about Acuna, and what do you think favors you versus him in that first round?
I mean, the kid's young, so he's going to have, a lot of bullets. But I feel like me just being a lefty is going to help me a ton. That field is tailored for lefty hitters, so we'll see what I can do.
Describe the feeling of when you hit one flush?
There's nothing like it. It feels like almost like you're hitting a golf ball with a bat. And I know some baseball players out there have done that and knows what it feels like. The guys are throwing 95 plus, so to square that up and to hit it in the air, it's nothing like it. It's like an explosion off the bat. Being
from Dallas, I'm guessing here, your best home run derby memory would be 08,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What do you remember about that night, and what about the possibility of making some sort of noise the way that he did?
Shoot, I don't know if anybody's gonna top that for me, but yeah, that was incredible. I remember I was doing a home run derby myself in the backyard. In between like commercials and stuff, I'd run out because they're doing commercials constantly, and then it's like 15, 20 minutes of him hitting. And, it's pretty much silence in the house. We're all just, jaws dropped, starstruck. But, yeah, I mean, to put on half the show that he did would mean that, I have, 14, 15 homers, which is, I think, right where I need to be that first round. So, fingers crossed for that.
When you obviously play against these guys every day, but has it sunk in yet of the talent that you're going to be around for the next few days?
No, I think it's all going to hit me once I'm there. Like I said, I'm just trying to focus, trying to put the tunnel vision on for the Brewers right now. But being on the same squad as Yelich and Bellinger, just being able to shoot the breeze with them and watch their cage routines and kind of pick their brains a little bit, it's probably going to help me for the second half.
To come out with a hot rookie year and then regress last year and then go even further this year, can you describe what those struggles meant to be succeeding now?
Yeah. These last few months seemed to blow by, and last year seemed like the longest season that I've ever played. Battling through that injury and just being mediocre for the most part on a team that had a chance to push towards the end of the year. It kind of let just fuel to the fire in the off season. You know, worked my tail off. You know, got after it, and then XI and Cruz came in this year and got me right. Continue to get me right. So, you know, I'm definitely thankful for them. But last year was all a part of the process.
I'm sure you're very aware of the records that you're breaking and are going to break, and on pace to be with these names. And that, can you put into perspective what it is you are doing and appreciate what you're doing?
Yeah, it's crazy because, you know, I feel like, especially in May, I felt like, you know, it didn't matter, you know, what I was swinging at. I was barreling the ball up, and it seems like you're looking at these names, and these guys did it for 15 straight years. So I'm like, okay, this is 1 month. I got a long way to go. But, you know, hopefully I can get back to that, you know, have, you know, at least one more month like that, and, you know, finish the season off strong.
Much has been made about your dad and the role that he has played in this thing. What's the biggest thing that sticks out about him and his support and your family's support over the years?
Yeah, I think it's just that he saw this coming, you know, when I was a kid. He kind of, you know, was guiding me the entire way. You know, he wasn't surprised when I had the first half that I did. You know, he would say that he prepared me for it, you know, from the moment he put, you know, a bat in my hands. So just having that support from day one on a baseball field, and coupled with my mom, who's been, you know, my rock as well, throughout this whole journey that I've been on. So, you know, I can't thank them for their support, you know, enough. But, you know, hopefully there's more for them to cheer about.
You mentioned Eckstein and Cruz helping get you right. What was the deal with you going to California, and was it surprising what developed out of just those couple months out there?
Yeah, I think I just need to unplug a little bit. Freeze, you know, David Freeze told me to go out there and spend the off season out there. You know, the training was paid for with my agency, so I could pretty much get the place that I wanted, and I was on the beach every day, and, you know, had a reason to get up and get outside because the sun was shining, and, you know, I had no excuse not to work out and to hit the field whenever I wanted, because it's just, you know, paradise out there. And, you know, Joe DeMarco, I met him the first weekend that I was there. I said I needed a couple weeks to unplug, but we watched so much video. We took video every day of me swinging, and we broke it down and what would work and why stuff didn't work during the year, and basically just boiled down to timing. You know, if I can't hit the fastball in the zone, I'm not going to perform at this level. So I worked on that and continued to take that through spring training, and, you know, started off the season strongly.
What you mentioned when it was announced that you made the team, or the All-Star team, that Pittsburgh had your back. What is it like playing for a team, a city that's dying to have something positive happen with the baseball team?
You know, it's pretty incredible. I feel like, you know, this is a long time coming after Coach left. I remember seeing the stadium, you know, erupt when he came back with the Giants, and, you know, kind of thought to myself, you know, is it ever going to be the same? You know, and I feel like these last couple of months with the support that we've gotten, support that I've gotten, you know, with the Believe campaign, and, you know, the Pirates opening up the stadium for the voting, and, you know, seeing the shirts, you know, all around the city now, it's crazy. It feels like a dream, and, you know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Is it hard to play for this organization?
No, this is the big leagues. This is probably the easiest baseball that I've ever played. You know, they tailor make, you know, everything for our good. They try to make it as easy as possible to succeed at this level. And you see it across the board. Our offense has erupted all year. You know, we're all in a really good place.
What does this team need right now?
I think health. You know, hopefully Brault's okay after last night. But I think we'd be in first place if, you know, none of our guys went on the DL. But at the same time, you know, you got Reynolds coming up. You got, you know, Melky, Newman coming up. Just new faces that are winning ball games for us. So everything for a reason. I think we're right where we want to be.
I think the storyline coming into the season was the strength of the team is going to be the rotation, and now it's you guys. It's the offense, flipping the script, pretty much. Do you think that will change in the second half because you guys will no longer be quote unquote under the radar offensively?
I don't know. I feel like we all have a pretty good game plan going into every at bat. I think that X-Sign and Cruz do a really good job of giving us an idea of what to expect. Pitcher strengths, and we work on that. We tailor-make our work day after it. So, unless pitchers want to go away from their strengths, I think that we're gonna tear it up next half as well.
Most memorable home run that you've hit this year? It's got to be one of the ones in the river, right?
No, it's the one against the Reds after the fight, after the whole Dietrich, Puig, Bell thing. That was crazy, and it sparked us for a while there, and kind of sparked my season for the most part. Just leaving the yard and hitting it over the batter's eye, which I still haven't done, but haven't done since then. But hopefully I got a couple more in the tank.
I think there's a new rule in the Derby this year that rewards length. It's obviously more than just quantity. So how do you balance that between obviously getting the home runs, but getting, I think you get 30 extra seconds or whatever if you hit it over a certain.
It's 40 and it's 30 seconds for 2 over 440 feet. I'm going for the long ball every time. I think that that's the show that I want to put on. I think that's the show that's going to reward me in the long run for the most. So fingers crossed, hopefully I can surpass my 474 or whatever it is.
There we go. He's going to go.
Right. And I feel like I'm way more stacked on my backside, so my fall to the baseball, I think my head's moving a little bit less, especially right-handed.
So are you saying that you were kind of hunched over more?
Yeah. And you see it across the league. I feel like guys that, it used to be like, Albert Pujols, like guys that squat down, like Mark Teixeira, guys that are low to the ground, control the strike zone, can, foul balls off, Joey Votto, the ball to all fields.
Is that who you looked at to try to emulate growing up?
Yeah, Griffey, Ichiro, Hamilton, and then like A-Rod, righty, A-Rod, and Pujols. Shoot, like Mark McGuire, just the dudes.
Do you
about it? He's got like something like 70 acres that he lives on.
Oh, really?
He's just unplugged, and I feel like he's living the dream. To be able to play for as long as he did and be on top of the game for as long as he was. You pretty much live as low key as you want to, and he's taking that route, and I feel like I might do the same thing one day.
Yeah. Do you think you'll go back to Dallas, in the Dallas area? Or?
I don't know. I feel like, growing up in Texas, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's the best state in the country. And you travel around, you're like, there's some other cool states out there.
Yes.
California, I mean, is really expensive. I don't think that I'll end up there, but
growing up, Texas, whatever, Texas is the shit.
No,
but then when you move around, I moved around doing this, and then I really like it here a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's funny when people say, oh, it's hot here.
110 degrees, and it's a tournament, so you got 4 games to play across the weekend.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, that's right. Y'all had turf.
Turf, yeah, it was. Yeah, your cleats would melt.
Yeah.
If you stood in one place for too long, it was crazy. But where I lived in Newport, there was an elementary school like right next door to my house, and those kids had no idea how cool their life was.
Yeah.
They were just running legit for recess. They'd run across a little boardwalk and just be on the beach. You're playing, they had basketball hoops or, skateboarding and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, those kids are the future of America, probably.